maximize optional POV accessory, improve camera, and bi-directional communication capabilities. Axon Body 4 gives you more of what you need. So, I'm trying to, let's see, maximize battery life. Axon Body 4 has fast charging capabilities and a full shift battery, even when using real-time services. Plus, it offers streamlined camera administration and usage. Real-time situational awareness and Smart. Receive alerts and locate users on live map. Upload video remotely and communicate bi-directionally with support teams when used with Respond Plus. You know what? It is really, really wild with how technology is advancing. I gotta read you another point. More points of view captures unique perspectives with optional point of view camera module. Fits on tactical eyewear, lapels, or in hand. Rewrite, report writing, draft one force multiplies agencies and saves officers multiple hours every week by automatically drafting police report narratives based on body-worn camera audio. So, as you guys are aware, artificial intelligence has advanced greatly. I think, they were talking about AI just a few years ago, and now we've already advanced to even certain countries where they already have a first artificial intelligence doctor, an AI doctor performing open heart surgeries. And I guess even Axon. When it comes to us, whenever it comes to us going to scenes without the use of body cams, without the use of any CCTV, basically surveillance cameras that are capturing what we're there's also a way to turn these into stealth mode. So it would basically look like this. It could be recording and you wouldn't know, which is very, I mean, I think it's interesting, but I personally probably wouldn't use stealth mode. If I were using it, I'm telling them straight off the bat, you're being audio and video recorded by this camera right here. Alright? And yeah, and you know what? It's gonna help in that sense too. People that knowingly know that they're being recorded, they're gonna, not cause a scene. Or they'll probably think twice about putting in a false complaint about an officer's conduct. Right? So it does have its pros and cons. Some people, like I said, don't feel comfortable being recorded all the time. But in certain circumstances, whether it's exigent or something that needs to be recorded, I just let them know, no, I'm not turning my camera off. It's for my safety and your safety. And that's a very valid reason. So, it's very sturdy. No buttons on this side. On the left-hand side of the camera. Right-hand side, power button. Volume down. Select. Volume up. And this button. And this button. I think at the top there, I think those are just two speakers or microphones. Could be wrong. And on the back here, we just have a little mount. You basically just screw it on. You put it on a certain angle and you screw it on. Or twist it on. You don't really screw it. And they have different options as well for the mounting. You can pick one where it's a singular, singular molly strap. There's also another one where it's dual molly strap, so it's a little bit more secure. But, I think the single molly strap is fine. There's also a different one where it's actually magnetic. I'm sure you guys all know what magnetic is, but, the mount is going to be here. And you basically just slap it on and it stays in place. I've heard bad things about that. It's falling off. Let's say you're in a fight. Let's say you're in a tussle. It's probably going to go flying off. And then defense or whoever it may be. Oh, why did you take your body camera off? While you're on her. It fell off during the fight. And at the bottom, you have a charge port. A fast charger. I believe it's a USB-C. And at the end of the day, you just dock it. All the footage, whatever, all the footage is going to be uploaded into the cloud system, evidence storage, all that kind of stuff. So